We're diving into all the NFL action for Week 10. Can the Giants finally break through, or will the Panthers claw their way to another win in Munich? Let's break it down. On the Giants' side, Daniel Jones has shown flashes of skill but is struggling under pressure with 27 sacks. He's a threat on the ground, racking up over 200 rushing yards this season. Meanwhile, the Panthers are relying on Bryce Young and veteran Andy Dalton. Young's been accurate but risky, with 6 interceptions showing he can be shaken. For this matchup, we're going with a conservative one-unit play. Both teams are struggling offensively, so it's safer to keep the stakes low. And now, here's our AI pick. Carolina plus 6.5. With the Giants' shaky offense and the Panthers' potential to keep it close, we're liking the Panthers with the points. That's Game 1 wrapped. Ready for Game 2? Let's roll. We're continuing with our NFL Week 10 rundown. Next up, the Buffalo Bills take on the Indianapolis Colts in an AFC showdown. Can the Colts find a way to halt Buffalo's 4-game winning streak, or will the Bills keep rolling? Buffalo's Josh Allen has been unstoppable, with over 2,000 passing yards and a powerful 17-2 TD to int ratio. He's dangerous both in the air and on the ground, making him a major challenge for defenses. For the Colts, Joe Flacco steps in over Anthony Richardson, bringing experience and a solid 7-2 TD to int ratio, although he lacks the mobility Allen brings. We're going with a 1.5-unit play here. The Bills are strong, but the Colts have covered the spread in 4 of their last 5 games, thanks to their defense holding opponents to under 23 points in recent weeks. And now, for the AI pick, we're taking Indianapolis plus 3.5. With the Colts' recent defensive performance and home field advantage, they're primed to keep this one close. That's Game 2 wrapped up. Stay tuned, we're rolling into Game 3 next. This time, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Washington to take on the surprising Commanders. Can Washington's offense keep rolling, or will Pittsburgh's defense throw a wrench in their plans? For Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson has been steady, with 279 passing yards in his last game and solid support from running back Najee Harris, who's hit 100-plus yards in 3 games this season. The Commanders, led by rookie Jaden Daniels, are also dangerous. Daniels has shown both passing and rushing skill, with recent big plays to Terry McLaurin and a game-winning Hail Mary just 2 weeks ago. For this matchup, we're coming in hot with a strong 5-unit play. Washington's offense has been explosive, and this is one of our AI's favorite picks of the week. And here's the AI pick. We're going with the Commanders minus 2.5. With home field advantage and an offense on a roll, Washington has what it takes to cover. That's Game 3 in the books. Stick around for Game 4. It's coming up next. We're rolling with our NFL Week 10 rundown, and this time it's the Minnesota Vikings heading to Florida to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Vikings are fresh off a win, while the Jaguars are desperate to break a 3-game skid. Sam Darnold connected well with Justin Jefferson last week, but with the spread now at minus 6.5, this matchup is looking risky. For the Jags, Mac Jones steps in for Trevor Lawrence, and their ground game should keep Minnesota's defense busy. We're backing a 3-unit play. With the line shift, Jacksonville looks strong to cover at home. And here's the AI pick. Jaguars plus 6.5. Home field and the spread change give Jacksonville the edge here. That's Game 4 locked in. Game 5 is up next. We're continuing with our NFL Week 10 rundown, and this time it's an NFC South showdown as the Atlanta Falcons visit the New Orleans Saints. The Falcons are looking to secure their division lead, while the Saints are trying to turn things around after a rough stretch. Kirk Cousins led Atlanta to a win over Dallas last week, hitting 222 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Falcons have been strong offensively, but New Orleans, even with some key injuries, will look to lean on Alvin Kamara to keep them competitive. Derek Carr, back from injury, will need to manage the game and make the most of his options to stay close. For this matchup, we're going with a solid 4-unit play. New Orleans is at home with the points, and they've got the potential to keep this game close against their division rival. And here's the AI pick. Saints plus 3.5. With home field advantage and a strong effort from Kamara, we're taking the Saints to cover. We're rolling into our NFL Week 10 rundown, and it's the Denver Broncos facing the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. For Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes is putting up steady numbers, but their ground game is struggling without Pacheco, ranking 29th in yards per carry. The Chiefs' defense, however, has been dominant, allowing the fourth fewest points per game and shutting down the run. Denver's defense is also solid, with recent success in limiting opposing offenses, which they'll need to slow Mahomes and force mistakes. We're recommending a 3-unit play here. Denver's defense and recent performance against KC make them a strong pick to keep this close. And here's the AI pick, we're taking the Broncos plus 7.5. Even if the Chiefs pull off the win, Denver's defense should keep them within a touchdown. That's Game 6 in the books. Stay tuned for Game 7, coming up next. We're diving into our NFL Week 10 rundown, and next up is the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The 49ers are fresh off their bye week. Brock Purdy and the 49ers' offense should be well prepared, with George Kittle leading their receiving game. Whether or not Christian McCaffrey suits up, their balanced offense will challenge Tampa Bay's struggling defense, ranked 27th in points allowed. For the books, Baker Mayfield's performance could be impacted by his injury, and with top targets Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out, Tampa's offense might struggle to keep pace. For this game, we're going in with a 3-unit play. The extra week of rest gives San Francisco the edge to cover the spread. And here's the AI pick, we're taking the 49ers minus 5.5. San Francisco's rested offense against a banged-up Tampa team makes the 49ers the smart choice here. That's Game 7 locked in. Let's move on to Game 8 next. We're diving into our NFL Week 10 rundown, and next up is the Philadelphia Eagles against a Cowboys team that, let's be honest, is a bit of a SHT show right now. With Dak Prescott out and a 2-6 record against the spread, Dallas is struggling to find any rhythm. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are on a 4-game win streak, leaning on a powerful run game and play-action passes that the Cowboys' 31st-ranked defense will have trouble handling. The Eagles' defense, allowing just 19.4 points per game, should keep Dallas backup QB Cooper Rush in check all game. We're going with a strong 4-unit play here. And here's the AI pick, we're taking the Eagles minus 7.5. With Dallas struggling to stay afloat, Philly is the clear pick. That's Game 8 done. Stick around, Game 9 is next. Next up is the New York Jets facing off against the Arizona Cardinals. The Jets snapped their losing streak last week while Arizona has been on a hot streak, winning 3 straight. For the Jets, Aaron Rodgers is back in rhythm with new weapons like Davante Adams, but their offense remains shaky, especially with Rodgers' mobility limited and the offensive line struggling to protect him. Defensively, they're elite, ranking top 5 in yards allowed, but their weakness against the run could be a problem against Arizona's strong ground game. The Cardinals, led by Kyler Murray, bring a balanced defense and a powerful running attack that's been tough to stop. Arizona's defense has had its moments, but they'll be eager to pressure Rodgers and exploit the Jets' weaknesses. And here's the AI pick, we're going with the Cardinals plus 1.5. Arizona's rushing game and defensive pressure make them a solid choice to win. That's Game 10 wrapped up. Stay tuned for more picks ahead. We're back with our NFL Week 10 rundown, and next up is the Tennessee Titans facing the Los Angeles Chargers. The Titans are hoping to build on last week's win, while the Chargers are looking for their 3rd straight victory. The Titans, starting Will Levis at quarterback, are heavily reliant on their run game, with limited success through the air. Their defense has struggled, giving up over 26 points per game. Meanwhile, the Chargers have momentum and a strong defense, allowing only 12.6 points per game and ranking 8th in both total and run defense. Justin Herbert's consistency at QB should also put pressure on the Titans' defense. For this matchup, we're recommending a 3-unit play. The Chargers, favored at minus 7.5, have the advantage in both offense and defense to cover. And here's the AI pick, we're taking the Chargers minus 7.5. With Herbert leading a balanced offense. Let's move on to the next game. We're wrapping up our NFL Week 10 rundown with the final game, the Detroit Lions taking on the Houston Texans on Sunday Night Football. The Lions are on a 6-game win streak and look strong on both sides of the ball. Jared Goff is leading an effective offense with standout performances from Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, while Detroit's defense keeps opponents in check. Houston, led by rookie C.J. Stroud, has shown potential but faces key injuries, including Stefon Diggs being out for the season, which limits their options. For this game, we're going with a 3-unit play. The Lions, favored at minus 3.5, bring the momentum and balanced attack to cover. And here's the AI pick. Lions minus 3.5. Detroit's winning streak and Houston's injury setbacks make the Lions the smart choice. Here's a recap for Sunday's games: Giants vs Panthers, Panthers plus 6.5. Carolina to cover against the Giants. Bills vs Colts, Colts plus 3.5. Indy's defense gives them the edge. Steelers vs Commanders, Commanders minus 2.5. Washington's offense can handle Pittsburgh. Vikings vs Jaguars, Jaguars plus 6.5. Jacksonville's home advantage. Falcons vs Saints, Saints plus 3.5. New Orleans has the points and home field. Broncos vs Chiefs, Broncos plus 7.5. Denver's defense keeps it close. 49ers vs Buccaneers, 49ers minus 5.5. San Francisco to cover off the bye. Eagles vs Cowboys, Eagles minus 7.5. Phillies momentum here. Titans vs Chargers, Chargers minus 7.5. Lars balanced attack. Lions vs Texans, Lions minus 3.5. Detroit's consistency wins out. Please like and subscribe.
Don't change me up. Don't change.